Sausage.
It is
Sausage?
순대.
Yes.
It is made.
And then the
Oh, Rita doesn't know this.
carrot.
Okay.
And then
Oh, I just stop.
Okay, next.
the next one is Korean fermented
5, 4, 3,
Kimchi.
2, 1.
Right.
Dang. Okay.
This one is black bean pastry.
Okay, time's up.
I'm sorry, Joseph.
Moon, how many words did you get right?
I think we still won.
Moon, how many words did you get right?
Oh, we got one.
Good job.
Oh, wait. So, team 1, Moon's team, how many words? What? You got one word? Alright. Daniel's team, how many words? 3?
Right?
Technically, I accidentally guessed some of them for him.
That's okay. I'll eat it.
Oh man.
Hey, big bite.
I'll get it. It's big, okay?
Roll it.
Oh yeah.
Nice.
Oh, he looks so.
No water.
You okay?
이게 맛있는데 it's tasty, but then there's this fire that comes out right after. Okay, 알았어, okay. Round 2. Okay, round 2.
All right, Una.
Okay.
Loud and clear, okay?
Okay.
Kiana.
All right, Kiana, I'm gonna where's Kiana? Okay.
Oh, you're here. Girl.
Oh, 매워.
Go Anna.
Okay, so Kiana, I just chatted you, and then Una.
Oh.
It's okay, Donna. It's okay.
Okay, ready? Una, do you get it? Okay, all right. Ready, Kiana, Una? Ready, set, go.
This is pork and sauce is like soy sauce.
Pork belly.
삼겹살.
Yes.
No.
Wait, is it gogi? Is it bulgogi? Or cabbage?
Have a little bone. The meat have a bone
It is
and soy sauce
noodle. Noodle?
and
Noodle.
carrot
starch.
and
Huh? Potato
Carrot.
starch.
잡채.
Potato.
Yes. Carol's so good.
I like food.
Really popular.
Pork meat and soy sauce.
I don't know many other ones. Allison, come on, I need help here.
Oh, Kiana, it's not pork. Kalbi is beef. 소고기.
우린 돼지인데.
아, 그래요? 아, 여기는
돼지도
소고기로
있고 소도
알아요.
있어요.
예. Okay, anyway.
Una, keep going. Una.
That's Kylie.
It is beef.
Pork or beef
Very thin.
have some.
가돌빼기?
Yes. Carol is too good. I'm so sorry, Kiana.
It's okay.
Alright, next, Una.
It is paste.
저희 팀 맞췄나요?
Very salty.
Kiana, keep going.
Salty paste.
어,
What is it made out of?
noodle.
Okay.
It is a noodle. Have a lot of
Is it
vegetable.
spicy?
And
It is sauce.
Sauce?
usually we eating
쌈장?
birthday or
Okay.
Oh.
Oh,
I got 4.
I'm so sorry.
Good job, Una.
sorry.
Wait.
Kevin, you get another bite.
Sorry,
Good job, team.
Kitty. Allison,
I got
you're
4
right.
right.
I don't know any.
Una, what was the last word?
Harvey.
Oh.
Okay.
Sorry, Kitty.
Oh my god.
Godspeed.
Oh, that's a big
That's a
bite.
big bite.
Ooh.
Maybe I should have gone easy.
I think it gets worse.
If he suffers, we both suffer. There's ice cream. Get some ice cream later.
Round 3. Round 3.
We sound so defeated. Round 3.
Oh my God, Allison.
Okay. Round 3. 누구?
Wait.
인형. Okay,
No.
인형. Okay, hold on. 인형. Okay.
Alright.
Okay, Steph. Let's go.
Do it.
Let's do it. You got this.
Where's Stephanie?
Wait,
Is right
Victoria's
here.
on my team. We got this. I hope you can get it, Victoria. Oh, I don't know, man. Kimchi fried rice, kimchi jjigae. Go Maybell, go Maybell.
Okay, all right,
Kimchi
ready?
tacos.
Did you guys all get the words? Stephanie
Yeah.
got it, and then Inyoung, you got it?
Oh my gosh.
Okay, all right, ready, set, go.
All right, Maybell, we ate this. Jasmine made it.
Many vegetable and rice.
Jasmine made it.
bibimbap.
Rice, vegetable, and Korean
okay.
traditional food.
So Victoria, think about it, Maybell. It's cold
Korean-
noodles. Cold noodles.
Oh, 냉면.
Oh,
Rice
냉면.
and
This is sushi
vegetable.
in Korean.
김밥.
Okay.
Kimbap?
And then this is
That's
and
spicy
this is
and
spicy beef.
잠깐만.
Keep going, Inyoung, keep going.
Wait,
Spicy.
time out.
Rice,
Where's
rice
Sarah?
and vegetable
Oh, I'm sorry.
and
Let's go. Go.
Spicy beef.
돼지고기?
sauce.
아니 다른 거.
Is it bibimbap?
Spicy meat?
Yes,
Oh, wait, what?
spicy and rice, vegetable
No, sorry, it's just regular beef.
mix and eat.
Regular beef?
Beef, just Korean meat. Just
불고기.
yeah, okay.
I'm getting confused.
인형, you can skip. 인형, you can skip. 패스하세요, 패스.
Okay.
예, 패스해도 돼요.
And then it's like
beef.
gyoza. It has
Beef
vegetable in
and
it.
만두?
soy
Uh-huh.
sauce
Dude, you can't say gyoza. That's
That
just
other
the
team.
Japanese word for
mix
it.
and soy sauce mix
And then food has
Korean
pop, it has
food.
rice, and it has veggies. It has
Sabotage,
it
go
has,
in your
it has
house.
and
spicy sauce and soy sauce if you would like. Okay.
sauce and mix.
This is hard. That was so loud.
Woo, we got
Wait, keep going.
Wait, still, there's still 14 seconds. 인형, go.
Keep go.
Otherwise, I have to eat it again.
Go 인형.
Oh,
Oh no.
Okay, I'll just skip all of the Korean food. Oh, never mind.
What
So
was
those-
the answers? All I can hear was Steph.
Yeah,
Inyoung.
same.
인형, what were the words?
bibimbap bulgogi.
Oh, they got bibimbap a while ago, actually. Yeah.
No,
Did it?
Victoria label. Victoria said it.
No.
No,
Allison
yeah,
said it
Allison
in the
Oh,
very
Allison
beginning.
said it?
Yeah.
Oh.
It's the first thing she said.
Oh, okay.
So we were
Okay.
stuck when we didn't need to be stuck, or you guys were stuck.
Oh,
Hey,
sad.
Daniel.
Daniel, let's take one for the team.
Daniel.
If you love KP,
Do it together. In
yeah, if
solidarity.
you love KP, you'll do it.
Okay, together. Okay, together.
Oh.
1, 2, 3.
Oh.
Yeah. Oh, it's still going.
Oh wow, Daniel, that's a huge bite.
Big bite.
It's a hefty bite.
KP's face at the end
Oh no.
of every bite. It's so painful.
Okay.
Yeah.
Final round.
You guys okay?
Yeah, I'm okay.
Alright.
KP, are you sure?
I think.
Okay.
Kevin, maybe
final
you should have
round
not
is,
put me on your opposite team.
It's okay. All right, final round. Everybody. Oh no, actually, not okay. Let's not do everybody. Okay, team 1, Moon. Moon, you can go again, okay? Moon, you're going for the final round.
Okay.
And then team 2, let's have Una. You're on team 2, right, Una? Okay, yeah. Let's have Moon and Una go, okay? So final round, the loser has to finish the whole thing. 이거 다 먹어야 돼요, loser. Okay?
Wait, and anyone can
Wait,
guess?
who's guessing?
Guessing, anyone can guess.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay,
Wait,
so
Carol.
Huh?
Girl, we got this.
Easy money.
so
we can do it, Moon. We can do
I'm
it.
Okay.
gonna text you. Where's Moon? Oh no, Moon's not here.
Oh,
Sorry.
Una.
All right, Una, you have to be loud, okay? Because Stephanie is really loud, so you have to talk over Stephanie.
Wait, that's the same team.
It's good, just painful. Oh man.
Okay, so Moon, you should have gotten the words, and then Una. Oh. Una, okay, I just sent you the words, okay? So this one, there are 10 words, and then this time it's going to be 4 minutes, okay? 4 minutes. Okay, so the losing team has to finish the whole bowl. Oh, that's not right. Uh-oh. Oh, okay. All right, ready, set, go.
It is Japanese food and
Noodle?
raw fish and rice.
Sushi, sashimi.
Right. One.
짬뽕, Una.
Next.
짬뽕.
Okay.
Sashimi
It is
and rice.
spice and
Sashimi and rice.
it is
Oh.
made by pepper.
I don't know that word.
Spicy soup.
Okay, next.
Kimchi jjigae.
Pork
Oh.
and fry. Pork fry.
Oh.
Chinese food.
Wait, Una, 뭐?
Chinese food. Chinese food.
It is Chinese food and protein pork fry.
Fried pork?
Fried pork.
Beef?
Chinese food.
Beef
Soup?
소먹당.
Yes.
Oh, okay, nice.
Sweet and sour pork.
Next. It is
Yes.
it is like soup and milk soup.
Hot tofu soup. Sundubu?
Military soup?
부대찌개.
Ah, okay.
Una, 순두부?
Oh.
Next.
Next.
Okay. Its
It
ingredients
is
noodle and ham and
pork soup.
부대찌개.
yes.
Is
Oh,
what?
nice.
Pork
Wow.
soup?
It is
And
a bug.
Bug?
번데기. No, not 번데기.
Okay.
번데기.
Okay.
spicy paste.
Soybean paste. Was it 된장?
Like
It
된장찌개.
is, okay. Next. It is Chinese.
된장찌개?
찌개.
It is
된장.
된장.
food color is red and
And
Chinese
it is
food
soup.
like
Chinese
ramen.
food that's red.
Soup?
Yes. Ham and
Ramen.
ramen and
부대찌개?
yes. Oh.
Red food.
Wow.
It is a ramen. Like ramen.
It is like 쌈장.
Food that's like ramen.
남자?
고추장.
Yes. Oh.
KP, I'm so sorry. You got to eat
Okay.
these. Oh.
Red noodles that are Chinese.
It's like jjajangmyeon, but not jjajangmyeon.
Not jjajangmyeon.
No.
냉면?
Come on!
Oh.
Una, what's that, Una? Are we done?
It's like
No.
just
No. Okay.
It's pork
It's okay. Just go to the next one, Moon.
Okay.
Do a different word.
Katsu?
No,
Tonkatsu?
no. It's
It is.
Chinese food.
탕수육.
Oh,
It is
What the?
pork and fried.
糖醋肉，我知道。
Good.
Last one, Una. Last one.
Katsu. Pork katsu.
No.
Fried pork.
Oh my
Fried
goodness.
pork. Chinese
I'm
food.
shocked.
Pork. Chinese fried pork.
Joseph, when we eat jjajangmyeon, there are other items.
Huh?
oh.
It is.
Japchae.
Eat with.
I'm just naming.
Good job, Una! Yes!
Joseph,
So good.
Jampong. It's like
Wow.
jjajangmyeon jampong.
I've never had that before.
번데기.
Oh, bonte.
Okay, so just so you guys know, there was jampong, sushi, 된장, 고추장, 탕수육, 부대찌개, 순두부, and 보신탕. 보신탕 is the dog soup. And then 번데기, that's the what do you call it? The
Little bug.
Silkworms.
bug. And then 설렁탕. Those are the words. Okay, so did team 2 win again?
Woo! Woo, KP, go!
I'm sorry, Kevin.
We got 9.
Wait, how much do you have left?
This much.
Oh
my.
Mix it with ice cream. One bite.
Okay, here we go.
KP, just swallow.
Oh man.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
Oh.
Oh man.
What a champ.
It's just.
Daniel, I think you should just finish yours. You might as well.
Yeah.
It's there. It's a
I think you should,
food
Daniel.
waste is a
Don't let it
big
go to
problem
waste.
in America. You don't want to act.
Don't let it go to
that
waste,
it's
Daniel.
Should we pray for Kevin?
Oh, Kevin had to mute himself. That must be really bad.
ASMR. There's so much left. Oh.
It was a whole bag.
Ooh.
Or a whole pack.
Carol is just laughing.
You need half.
Although if he suffers, I suffer too. So I'm laughing now, but maybe not later.
You gotta eat it with it.
Wow!
Oh,
이걸
How do
왜
you feel, Kevin?
먹습니까? 이걸 왜 먹어요? Why do you eat this?
To relieve stress.
Thank you. That was fun.
Thank you.
Okay. All right. Thank you for playing. And then now we're gonna move on to 매워. I need a
some
break.
ice cream.
Okay, so I'm gonna stop sharing, and then Rita and Joseph are gonna present today. Rita하고 Joseph하고 presentation을 보여드릴 거예요. 그러니까, so yeah, take it away, Rita. It's all yours.
That was fun.
Let me unmute. Okay. You guys see my screen? Okay. All right. It's echoing. Okay. All right. Okay. So I'm Ryuta, and then me and Joseph are gonna be talking about some evidence for Christianity and why we believe what we believe. And we think that this question, why do you believe what you believe? We think that this is a very important question, no matter like how long you've been a Christian. And before I talk, I want to share a little bit about my story. So for me, I grew up going to church with my family ever since I was just a little kid. But even though I went to church every Sunday, I didn't really understand the messages, and I was just told that God is real and that I should just believe it. Just believe it. And yeah, and it wasn't something that I questioned. But if you were to ask me as a kid, like, hey, how can you believe in a God you can't see? Like, I wouldn't have been able to give you an answer. Anyways, to keep things short, I stopped going to church in middle school, and I didn't go to church for 8 years, so it was a long time. But in my final year of college, I started to go to church again, and it was a lot different from when I was a kid, because I wasn't just told that God was real and then forced to just accept it, just to believe it. But I actually got to hear just these really smart people, really smart and successful people explain reasons why it was actually very reasonable to believe in God and to believe in Jesus. And so here's what we'll be covering today. So I'll be talking about the existence of God and going through two really strong arguments for the existence of God. And they are the Kalam cosmological argument and the fine-tuning argument. So, and then later on, Joseph, he will come and talk about Jesus's resurrection and how we can believe that it actually happened. So now, just a heads up, there isn't a full 100% proof for the existence of God, but there also isn't a 100% proof for atheism either. But hopefully at the end of this presentation, you will be able to have good reasons for God's existence and be able to explain Jesus' resurrection as well. And yeah, I think it's very helpful to have good answers for this, because there will come times in your life when you're going to have doubts, and you're going to begin to ask yourself, why am I a Christian? Like, does God even exist? And maybe you've asked some of these questions already, and but if you have good answers for these tough questions, I think it'll help you cling on to faith in God and in His Word. Okay, so let's go over the existence of God. So that's what we'll be talking about. And so one argument for the existence of God is called the Kalam cosmological argument. And it's a simple three-part argument, and it goes like this. So whatever begins to exist, it has a cause. The universe began to exist, and then therefore the universe has a cause. So, and that's it. So just three easy parts, and we see that if the first part and the second part are true, then it follows that the third part is also true. And we see with the last part, the universe having a cause can lead to a conclusion that the universe was caused by something outside of the universe, something outside of time and space, and also has to be really powerful. So this very simple argument is very strong in supporting the existence of God. So let's take a closer look at this argument and see what we can get out of it. Okay, so the first part, whatever begins to exist has a cause. So we see this in everyday life, because we don't see things pop up out of nowhere, right? And that's because something cannot come from nothing. For example, we don't see delicious bowls of bibimbap pop up out of nowhere. Like, that would be awesome if it did, but it doesn't. And because for bibimbap to exist, it needs to have a cause. And that cause of the bibimbap was that somebody went shopping, and they got ingredients for it, and then they lovingly cooked it, and then they put it all together in the stone bowl, and then what do you get out of it? You get this beautiful bowl of bibimbap. Looks really good. Okay, so now that's premise one, and we're going to go on to part two now, that the universe began to exist. So this statement, it actually used to not be widely accepted by people. People thought that the universe just always existed, that there was no beginning point of the universe. But now there is this thing called the Big Bang Theory, which states that the universe began from a single point in time and space about 13.8 billion years ago. And the Big Bang Theory is actually a widely accepted theory now by scientists all over the world. And it's mainly because of major scientific discoveries. And for one example of a scientific discovery is in 1929, Edwin Hubble. He used this really, really big telescope, and he was able to detect this thing called redshift in light from distant galaxies. So I have a video, and let's watch it, and this is going to talk about the redshift that Edwin Hubble found. So let's watch this video.
허블이 발견한 안드로메다 은하. 이 은하의 발견으로 우리 우주의 영역은 우리 은하 밖으로 확대됩니다. 하지만 허블은 여기에서 연구를 멈추지 않았습니다. 거대한 망원경에 분광기를 연결해서 새로 밝혀진 은하들이 내는 빛을 연구했습니다.
One of the great discoveries of Edwin Hubble, an astronomer earlier in the 20th century, was that galaxies were receding away from us, and that the farther away a galaxy was, the faster it was moving away from us. He measured that, and astronomers measure that today, by measuring the Doppler shift of light.
별빛과 같이 천체에서 날아온 빛을 분광기를 통해 분리하면 스펙트럼이 나타납니다. 그리고 그 스펙트럼은 빛의 파장에 따라 색이 달라지죠. 우리가 듣는 소리도 파장에 따라 음정이 다르게 느껴집니다. 정지한 차 안에서 경적을 울리면 같은 음정으로 들립니다. 하지만 지나가는 자동차 경적 소리는 다가올 때는 파장이 줄어들면서 높은 음정으로 들리고 멀어질 때는 파장이 늘어나면서 낮은 음정으로 들립니다. 이를 도플러 효과라고 하죠.
If an object is emitting light and it's receding from you, the wavelengths of light are stretched out and shifted to redder wavelengths. If the object is coming toward you, then the light is shifted to bluer wavelengths.
프리즘을 이용해서 빛의 스펙트럼을 살펴보면 각각의 물질이 나타내는 고요한 검은 선들이 보입니다. 그런데 은하들이 우리에게서 멀어지면 그 선이 파장이 긴 붉은색 쪽으로 이동하고 가까워지면 파장이 짧은 파란색 쪽으로 이동하는 것을 볼 수 있습니다. 이렇게 물체가 멀어지면서 붉은 빛으로 변하는 현상을 적색편이라고 합니다. 허블은 이 적색편이 현상을 통해 거의 모든 은하가 우리에게서 멀어져 가고 있고 먼 은하일수록 더 빨리 멀어져 가고 있다는 것을 확인했습니다.
When Hubble graphed the distance against the speed that it was moving, deduced from the spectral lines, he found that these were related to each other, and that in fact the further something was, the faster it was moving, and that almost everything is moving away from us.
거의 모든 은하들이 우리에게서 멀어져 가고 있는 것을 발견한 허블. 그런데 더 놀라운 것은 먼 은하일수록 더 빠른 속도로 멀어져 간다는 것입니다. 이런 관측으로 허블은 우주가 정지한 것이 아니라 팽창하고 있다는 것을 처음으로 증명합니다. 지금도 우주는 더욱 빠른 속도로 팽창하고 있습니다. 그런데 만약 이 우주의 시간을 거꾸로 돌린다면 맨 처음 우주는 과거 한 점에서 시작된 건 아닐까요?
Okay, so just kind of going off the continuation of the video, if the universe is expanding, so over time it's expanding and getting bigger, that means that if you go back in time, so if you go back, then everything would get closer and closer together until you get to a singular beginning point of the universe. And so because we know that the universe is currently expanding, it's quite reasonable to conclude that the universe in the past, it did have a beginning point. Thus, this makes the second point, the universe began to exist. It makes that true. So if everything that begins to exist has a cause, and if the universe began to exist, then we get the third part. Therefore, the universe, it has a cause. And the cause of the universe, it has to be beyond the universe. It has to be uncaused and eternal. It must transcend space and time. It's immaterial and non-physical. It also has to be unimaginably powerful. And this description for the cause of the universe, it fits nicely with God, who at the very beginning of the Bible is proclaimed as the creator of the universe. So I have two verses here. So how about we have Moon, can you read the first verse? And then Kiana, can you read the second verse? Oh. Moon, you're muted.
Moon, you're muted. Still muted. We can't hear you, Moon. Yeah.
Sorry.
Oh, we can hear you now.
In the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth.
Nice.
믿음으로 모든 세계가 하나님의 말씀으로 지어진 줄을 우리가 아나니 보이는 것은 나타낸 것으로 말미암아 된 것이 아니니라.
Yeah, thank you guys for reading that. So yeah, the existence of God, it fits in very just perfectly with the cause of the universe. And so here's the argument again. So whatever begins to exist, it has a cause. The universe, it began to exist, and therefore the universe, it has a cause. So that's the first argument, the Kalam cosmological argument. And another argument for the existence of God is called the fine-tuning argument. And I have another video. It's pretty cool, and it talks about this argument. So let's watch this.
From galaxies and stars, down to atoms and subatomic particles, the very structure of our universe is determined by these numbers. These are the fundamental constants and quantities of the universe. Scientists have come to the shocking realization that each of these numbers has been carefully dialed to an astonishingly precise value, a value that falls within an exceedingly narrow, life-permitting range. If any one of these numbers were altered by even a hair's breadth, no physical, interactive life of any kind could exist anywhere. There'd be no stars, no life, no planets, no chemistry. Consider gravity, for example. The force of gravity is determined by the gravitational constant. If this constant varied by just 1 in 10 to the 60th parts, none of us would exist. To understand how exceedingly narrow this life-permitting range is, imagine a dial divided into 10 to the 60th increments. To get a handle on how many tiny points on the dial this is, compare it to the number of cells in your body, or the number of seconds that have ticked by since time began. If the gravitational constant had been out of tune by just one of these infinitesimally small increments, the universe would either have expanded and thinned out so rapidly that no stars could form and life couldn't exist, or it would have collapsed back on itself with the same result: no stars, no planets, and no life. Or consider the expansion rate of the universe. This is driven by the cosmological constant. A change in its value by a mere 1 part in 10 to the 120th parts would cause the universe to expand too rapidly or too slowly. In either case, the universe would again be life-prohibiting. Or another example of fine-tuning. If the mass and energy of the early universe were not evenly distributed to an incomprehensible precision of 1 part in 10 to the 10 to the 123rd, the universe would be hostile to life of any kind. The fact is, our universe permits physical, interactive life only because these, and many other numbers, have been independently and exquisitely balanced on a razor's edge. Wherever physicists look, they see examples of fine-tuning. The remarkable fact is that the values of these numbers seem to have been very finely adjusted to make possible the development of life. If anyone claims not to be surprised by the special features that the universe has, he's hiding his head in the sand. These special features are surprising and unlikely. What is the best explanation for this astounding phenomenon? There are 3 live options. The fine-tuning of the universe is due to either physical necessity, chance, or design. Which of these options is the most plausible? According to this alternative, the universe must be life-permitting. The precise values of these constants and quantities could not be otherwise. But is this plausible? Is a life-prohibiting universe impossible? Far from it. It's not only possible, it's far more likely than a life-permitting universe. The constants and quantities are not determined by the laws of nature. There's no reason or evidence suggests that fine-tuning is necessary. How about chance? Did we just get really, 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 really lucky? No. The probabilities involved are so ridiculously remote as to put the fine-tuning well beyond the reach of chance. So, in an effort to keep this option alive, some have gone beyond empirical science and opted for a more speculative approach, known as the multiverse. They imagine a universe generator that cranks out such a vast number of universes that, odds are, life-permitting universes will eventually pop out. However, there's no scientific evidence for the existence of this multiverse. It cannot be detected, observed, measured, or proved. And the universe generator itself would require an enormous amount of fine-tuning. Furthermore, small patches of order are far more probable than big ones. So the most probable observable universe would be a small one, inhabited by a single, simple observer. But what we actually observe is the very thing that we should least expect: a vast, spectacularly complex, highly ordered universe, inhabited by billions of other observers. So even if the multiverse existed, which is a moot point, it wouldn't do anything to explain the fine-tuning. Given the implausibility of physical necessity or chance, the best explanation for why the universe is fine-tuned for life may very well be it was designed that way. A common-sense interpretation of the facts suggests that a super-intellect monkeyed with physics, and that there are no blind forces worth speaking about in nature. The numbers one calculates from the facts seem to me so overwhelming as to put this conclusion almost beyond question. There is for me powerful evidence that there is something going on behind it all. It seems as though somebody has fine-tuned nature's numbers to make the universe, the impression of design is overwhelming. The heavens declare the glory of God. The skies proclaim the work of his hands. Day after day they pour forth speech. Night after night they reveal knowledge.
Okay, so to sum it all up, the universe, it's really finely tuned in order for life to exist, and then here's the argument that because so the universe is so finely tuned that it has to be due to either physical necessity, chance, or design, and then we see that fine-tuning is not due to physical necessity or chance, because of just how small that chance is that the universe would be like it is that we observe. And so therefore, because we can dismiss these two other alternatives, we can conclude that the fine-tuning of the universe is due to design. So we can see that the best reason for why the universe is fine-tuned in the way that it is because it was designed to be that way, and it was designed by an intelligent designer. And for Christians we can believe that that intelligent designer is God. And so that's the fine-tuning argument. And I think the interesting thing about the fine-tuning argument and the cosmological argument is that they are strengthened more and more by scientific discoveries. But a popular view in society is that science disproves Christianity. But on the contrary, like we see that scientific discoveries, they actually point to a creator of the universe. And so to end my portion of the talk, here's a quote from John Lennox. He is a famous mathematician and philosopher who talks about science and faith in God in this quote. And he says, "The more I understand science, the more I believe in God, because of my wonder at the breadth, the sophistication, and integrity of his creation." And so that's it for the existence of God, or just the reasons for it. And so now we're gonna break off into our breakout rooms, and we'll get to kind of review the different arguments that I talked about. We're gonna split off now, and if you have any questions during that time, just feel free to ask, and we'll be happy to talk about it with you. So we will see you back here soon.